With the OAKS being run on Thursday at Flemington, we thought in this segment we'd speak about the horses that are going to contest that race and the running of the Wakefield yesterday, which majority of the horses that will go around on Thursday raced in. So, mate, what are your thoughts at this early stage going into the OAKS?
I think that after the Derby, it's hard to have tip a horse and say it's a foregone conclusion. I think it's a very dangerous thing to say. But I do think it's going to be very hard for any of the fillies that raced in the Wakefield and others to turn the tables on Samantha Miss. She's been the dominant filly all year. She's the only one who's got form against the older horses, and that form is good form, being third in the Cox Plate. That form itself has been franked yesterday. We've seen Thesio come out and win McKinnon. So we know that she's the superior athlete, she's the superior horse. I think with luck in running, and not bad luck in running, she wins the race. I just cannot see any of these horses turning the tables on her. As for yesterday's race, the winner, Rocha, it was a good dogged effort. She fought to the line strong. She's trained by Guy Walter, who's a very good trainer of staying fillies.
Keeps on producing them, doesn't he?
He does. He's very patient and really knows the horses well. She's biding Costa, so the distance shouldn't be a problem. She's got a very stout female line. She's out of La Rocha, who was a South Australian Oaks winner, is from the family of Blackfriars, a VRC Derby winner, and several others, Lionsgate. I think it goes back, even the second dam is an Oaks winner as well. So there's a lot of stoutness in her family. So she should really appreciate the distance.
And mate, unlike Rebel Raider, she went around yesterday at massive odds and won, but unlike him, her form wasn't so bad. Like last start,
yeah,
she put in a poor one, but she was poorly ridden, and she started favourite last start against Este.
Correct.
So you know they've thought enough of her for her to start favourite in those good fillies race leading into yesterday.
That's right, Arvo.
And I can't believe the odds she went around in, mate. And the way the race is run, Nick wrote it outstanding.
I think I agree with you. I think yesterday there were a couple that were just definitely under the odds. Look, the runner-up, Miss Scarlatti, I thought her run was quite good. She found herself there on the fence in the straight and was probably a little bit reluctant to take the run, to just being a filly and not having the experience. She eventually did take the run and hit the line quite strongly. She's got a fairly stout pedigree. She's out of a Zabeel mare by Stravinsky, so she should run the 2,500 metres right out. So I think she's one of the players. I thought her effort was good. Este's run was sufficient. She wasn't beaten too far either. You couldn't knock her too much on yesterday's run.
Yeah, but the thing with Este,
she's a bit below them, isn't she?
Yeah, I think so, mate. They ran the race in 2:05.5, right?
Jog truck.
And unfortunately, all these horses behind, you've seen Poulin and Reef, and then they wanted to go quicker. What ended up happening, ended up all being 3 and 4 deep because they wanted to go quick, but none of them showed enough initiative to actually go forward.
They're all trying to protect their horses. They don't think they'll run the trip.
Well, they'll all say the Thursday's Oaks is only 4 days away, so they probably don't want to give them a gut buster. But they did no favours, gave no favours.
Well, they had no chance in that race anyway, because Samantha is going to win that race, so they should have been trying yesterday.
Yeah, it's a Group 2 race. They should have all been there having a good crack at it. And
I agree.
They ran the last 633.8, which is faster than what Hot Danish went around in, which is faster than what Forensics went around in.
That's farcical for a 2,000 metre race. Means that all of those races will run at ridiculous paces.
So what chance did the back markers have yesterday? Absolutely none.
Zero.
And once again, in consecutive weeks we had major races like a Wakefield and a Cox Plate, where our best jockeys are going around in. Showing no initiative whatsoever, and the touted as our best.
Yeah, I have to agree with you and echo those thoughts, Arvo. I think it's a disgrace. I mean, this is grand final day. These are the best races that are being put on there. They're full fields. There's no excuse for there not to be a little bit more speed, a little bit more tactics.
More competitive.
Yeah, even if it's not.
Rubbish.
We can't dictate to people that they have to put on pace, but they should show some initiative from the wider gates to go forward and try and give their mounts every chance. Having said all of that, I thought, again, yesterday, Camille's effort was quite outstanding because it was only a second run in Melbourne. She'd run a fairly moderate race in the 1,000 Guineas at Caulfield. She clearly appreciated the wider expanse of off Flemington yesterday.
And she was ridden differently. She was ridden off
cold,
the pace.
ridden cold.
Hit the line lovely off a slow pace.
Really hit the line, and given what we've talked about with the slow pace and the slow overall time, her effort was really good.
She must have broken 33. She had to have.
Definitely, she did, which is quite
astonishing,
breathtaking.
really, yeah.
Breathtaking. She's one of the live chances, and for mine, she's the only one that could beat Samantha Miss.
But also, it just goes to show how superior Samantha Miss is. Because in Sydney, Camilsey, although being very competitive in those races, Samantha Miss has given her
3 lengths.
5 lengths to the top of the straight and beaten her comfortably. So,
Yeah.
just
got it
again, she looks like she's got to go. Unless, of course, something happens and Sam doesn't run out the distance. But she's out of the Zabil mare, showing every indication. And this time of year, I don't think you need to be a Dow State to run this distance. So, and I do want to mention, just before we go any further, that Matthew, as illy as he is, he found
sick, isn't he?
Yeah, he texted me this morning and telling me to emphasise the fact that he thought Camille's run was outstanding, and it's his horse to follow going into Thursday's Oaks. I don't know if
I've relayed that news to Kim Moore, and she's ropeable. She's not happy about it, and she's asked if we wouldn't mention that today. So
yeah, but she's going to offset that by putting McAvoy on.
Okay, well that should be fine.
Yeah, so it should be
I'll
okay.
offset it.
But yeah, but Matt loves Camille's, and you can get off the floor and stop laughing now, Grazie. It's okay, you know. But
I think, look, if we have to give our tips for the race,
for the Oaks on Thursday,
Samantha Miss clearly for mine. I think she'll win, and she'll win by a space if she has luck in running. I think Camilsey is clearly second pick after yesterday's effort, and for third, I'd probably stick to Rocha. I think Rocha's got the pedigree for mine that she'll enjoy that type of a distance, and she's tough and hard, and I think she'll run a drum.
Yeah, I don't think we're going to be any geniuses sitting here tipping the babe from Broadmeadow, Samantha Miss. I mean, what else there is to say? She's just been clearly outstanding. Her running the Cox Plate for a 3-year-old filly was enormous. She's got these horses covered, I feel. Though I do want to. Okay, Camille's run was great. We acknowledge that. Rocha does have the pedigree to run a strong Oaks distance. Not a fan of Esty. Glowlamp, she's just
off them.
She just doesn't know how to win a race. Does she? Unfortunately, I'd like to see them
give her
try
a
and kill somewhere.
Give her a kill.
Yeah. But anyway, and Bart Cummings produced a horse yesterday.
That was a good run.
LA Wonder.
That was a good run.
What was that?
Yeah, no, that's the roughie of the Oaks.
Isn't that a roughie?
That's
yeah.
Right. That's running on.
That's
a nice effort. I saw that just coming through at the end there.
I don't know who's that going through. Okay. She's only lightly raced. She's showing steady improvement. Yesterday was by far her best effort to date, and going into the Oaks, Flemington, Bart Cummings, well.
Yeah, she could run a third at 50 to 1, and you'd be like,
well, you know, who knows what she's capable of doing. And one other horse I do want to mention before we get off the Oaks, and unfortunately, I've been a fan of this horse all along, and I'm going to stick solid with her, and I'll have something each way on her, and that is Oval Affair. The way the race was run yesterday, the poor thing was out the back pulling and reefing and tearing, and she had to travel deep.
Yeah.
She was just...
Forget it went around.
I just hope that she draws the barrier, they can settle a little bit closer. She was out of 14 again yesterday, she had to go back, and the way the race was run, she was no hope. I think she could improve. I think she could improve in the Oaks.
Just getting a minute, the producers just told me that Zamet's second and third picks after Camilsey for the Oaks are Poco Gusto and Freedom March. So he's trying.
Well, he was a wrap for Freedom March a couple of weeks ago.
Yeah, so he's going Camilsey, Poco Gusto and Freedom March. So just note that down.
All right, I think we will. There you go. If you want to retire, take that trifecta. Retire in one bound. All right, guys. That's our thoughts on the Oaks for Thursday.
Very good.